Hi YouTube, Megan here with 5280 Plants. Today I was going to go through this May Designs TN that I did a review for a little while back. I got this probably close to 3 weeks ago now, I think, in the mail. I found it online on a sale that they were doing through The View. I think they were featured on The View on TV, and so they did a couple of sales, and one of the sales they had was on this printed leather wrapped TN, and you can see it's pocket sized, and then they call it micro size inserts, and I got 3 inserts. I got a gratitude first insert, I got an agenda insert, and then I got one that's just plain dot grid for notes and that sort of thing. And I have had a chance to set it up, and I have been using it this week, and I wanted to go through it with you guys and also go through like I want to add some more stuff to it, so I want to do that in the video today. So okay, so we'll push all this to the side here so it's not immediately in our immediate frame, and I'll go through what I've done with it so far. And this, again, this is a real leather product, and it's got this beautiful peony print on it, and it's got bands in there for 4 inserts, and there's a pocket here. And so far all I've done, I had a 12 by 12 pad of paper, and it had a whole bunch of llamas on it. I got it at Michael's, and I just went through it and pulled out a bunch of sheets that I really liked and cut them up and put them in here. So this piece came from that pad, and it's just a pretty green piece it's got a slight pattern on it there, you can sort of see. I did put a little bit of Tombow back here just so that it would sort of stay in place. I've been having problems with it migrating out of its pocket back here. It may not stay back here. I've just got it in there for decoration. Also in one of the packs was a sheet of paper that had a whole bunch of different littler things on it, and I cut it up and rounded the corners on them. They're not backed, so they're kind of standalone pieces, but there's this one that says notes in gold foil, and then there's this one with a reef. It's got a little llama on it, and they just have these tucked in these pockets here. That one's tucked in that pocket, and then that one is tucked in the pocket behind it, so that, all right, I think I had the next one up. There you go. So you just kind of see them, and they kind of stack. Same thing with this. That was in there. And I'm just using them kind of as like journaling cards. And then I have my favorite piece, like my favorite die cut of all time. I got this out of a Bill of Beautiful pack, and it's got all these pretty flowers and a butterfly in it. This clip, the hashtag, came from Pen Gems, I believe. One of my orders, they always send us a clip, and they sent this one instead of the little penguin, though I do have a whole bunch of their little penguins. And then this one, the girl, I got from a Planner Society kit. Okay, so the same thing here. This is my gratitude first notebook insert. It does, on the front, it says work hard, play harder. And I took one of the cutouts from the llama pad that I had, and it says I llama you. And I just stuck it on there because it was kind of pretty and it goes with it. This clip, I don't know if I'll continue to use it, but this was, I had bought a set of clips. They're bow clips, and they come with like a big charm with a lobster clip on it, a large paper clip with the bow on it, and then these mini clips on the itty bitty little. And they're all, you pick the fabric, and then the name of the company, I want to say, is Hair Bow Boutique or something like that. They're on Etsy. I'll find them and link them below for you guys. And I bought a few of them. Let me see here. I've got actually the rest of them in here. So here's the bigger bow clip that goes with this mini one to give you an idea. And then the charm clip I have in a different little pouch elsewhere. And then here was another one that I gotten, and its little piece I think I'm keeping them in here. Oh yeah, there it is. So I don't lose them because they're tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. But so that's kind of cool. I just, like I said, I only just put this in here. I don't know if I'll keep it in here. I want to make my own. I actually have all the pieces here to make my own clips. So actually, you know what? I'm just going to go go ahead and put that away. These pouches came from the Planner Society. This was in the June kit. It's a pencil pouch, I know, but I use it for my clips. And then this one was in, I believe, the July kit. I think this was the July kit. And the same thing, I've just got some of my clips in there. And I had pulled out some clips that I wanted to use. I want to use my Baymax. This came from, what is it, Zen Planning online. I'll link them below as well. And then I've got these little felt roses that they came out of one of the Planner Society kits. So, and then, like I said, I was thinking I might make one of my own. Again, I'd already made one. So first I've got my gratitude journal. Got that on the front now. Stuck another little piece, like a die cut back here, and it's a constellation. It says, "Your sky full of stars." It's another one of my very favorite die cuts. I've got my agenda, and I did the week for this week, and then I actually went ahead and did my week for next week. These stickers, the Mambi, Me and My Big Ideas, the Create 365 Happy Planner line, is doing a new, like their new stuff is out. And I don't know if you've seen some of the planners and some of the stickers, but they're just, aw, they're so cute. And I managed to find and pick up one of the sticker books the other day for the mini sticker books. So these stickers are meant to go in one of their mini planners. So like if you've looked at my video for my fitness planner that I keep, that's one of their mini planners. And they do a line of fitness stickers now that are specifically sized to go in that planner. So that's new and it's out. If you find it in a store and they sell them in Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby, then awesome. If you don't, you're more likely to find everything online. So if you're interested in those, but that's where these stickers came from, is out of one of those sticker books. And it's just real pretty and soft. And like I said, this is set up to go for next week, but this was this week. I did make this planner clip. I'll go into that in a little bit on how I made this planner clip, where I found the supplies and what I did to make it. And then next I have my lists, and there's no pen loop in here. So I made the pen loop that I'm using, and this pen also came from Zen Planning. And it's just a little black, or maybe it's blue, but it's got like, it's just a pretty little pen, and it's got this little leaf. That's the clicker, and I really like it because it fits in here really nicely. And I'll show you where I got this pen loop, or where I should say where I got the pieces of this pen loop, because I made this pen loop myself, and it just clips in here, and I've just got it clipped to a few pages like that, and it can go all the way in, because I don't need to worry about getting a pen clip down in there, because the loop is made of a soft elastic, and it holds on like that. And then I made this little, I don't know, fold over notebooky sort of thing, and I made it specifically with the idea of, like, so there's pocket here, and then there's a fold over pocket here, and then you close it. And I made it out of some of the paper out of that llama pad that I found at Joann's, or rather at Michael's, excuse me, and just put some clips on it. And then that also came out of that pad, and it says Llama Mama. And even though this llama's got a little girl and a little boy, I was like, oh, that's appropriate, because I have two littles, even though they're not girl and boy, they're both boys. And so that's in the back here, and again, that's just a little bit of Tombow on the back of that to hold it in place. It was a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, so it's underneath there. But that's what I've got set up in here for now, and it's been come and go in my purse all week long, and it's been working out really well. I like it. It does not have a whole lot of potential to get very chunky, because if it gets too chunky, obviously it's not going to close. It's already pretty snug with that pen in there. You can see that the pen doesn't I don't know. There's an awful lot of space, like extra space in there. But I do want to do a little more decoration in there, put some more stuff in it, make it a little more customized, make it a little more my own, and continue to use it. So some of the things that I pulled out of my collection, I have this piece of acetate left over from the March Planner Society kit, excuse me. It's kind of this pretty marbled effect with a light pink and then kind of a almost a dusty copper look in there. So I really like that. And then these two sheets of paper. This is, again, a Planner Society kit sheet. This came out of the June kit. It's this really pretty kind of herbs and floral on the back on this wood, like wood paneling. And then on the front, my lighting in here is not doing this justice. It's just this beautiful chartreuse. Like that is the easiest, I mean, that is that color. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. It's a beautiful piece of paper. If any of you have this piece of paper, you know what I'm talking about. This green. It's not quite green. It's not quite yellow. It's kind of in between. It's just a nice sheet of paper. It's one of my favorite colors. And then this piece of vellum was also in that same June kit. You can see it's kind of got that wood paneling in the background. And then the florals. So I wanted to put all three of these in there. And then I also wanted to, see here, I've got some stickers here. These came out of a Flow magazine. I don't know if I'll use them. They're kind of not the llama theme, so I might not use these, but they're the color scheme that I'm using. These are 3D embellishments. They're probably for like cards or something like that, but they're soft, so they're fabric. And you saw I have one in here already. I put him back here on my little sticker folder. He's so cute. And he's so soft. But so these are the other three that came in the pack. Some butterfly and a couple of little stickers. And then again, that's Jolie's Boutique. I think I got those probably at Michael's. That's probably where I found those. I have a whole bunch of these little tassels, embellishments. They're thread tassels. I've used these before, and in videos I've shown them before. I got these at Target, not in the dollar spot. They were over in the actual like craft aisle, over by where the cards are and where you can buy school supplies, paper supplies, and pens and stuff like that. My Target at least has an aisle that's like paints and crafts and a little bit of knitting, a little bit of paper mache, and all sorts of stuff like that. And you can find these over there. Is where I got them. And okay, and then I've got some washi. These came from Michael's. I think these two came in the tube together, and then this is just, I pulled it out because there's gold in there. I have some cutting supplies. I have a couple of straight edges here, my 18-inch, my 6-inch. I have some glue tape, my straight edge, cutting tool, my corner rounder. This thing gets so much use. It's amazing. Pair of scissors, and yeah. Oh, okay. Cool, so we'll go ahead and get started here. Before I do cutting and everything like that, I want to go ahead and get this started. Like I said, I want to make another. I need my glue. Glue. Planning kit. So this stuff is crazy cool. If you haven't invested in a tube of this yet, I highly, highly recommend that you do. We had a number, like a little metal number, come off of the mailbox, and I used this stuff to put it back on there. Like I just went out there one day when it was nice out and cleaned off the spot where the number had come off and put it on there and glued it down. And I think that mailbox might rust and disappear before the glue lets up off of that number, because this stuff is really, really cool. It is messy. It can be an extremely messy endeavor. And of course it's in this like crimpy metal tube instead of being in an easy plastic squeeze one. So you know, you'll be squeezing and you'll be squeezing and you'll just get enough and then you'll let up. And instead of it sucking back in there like it would with a plastic tube, because it's a metal tube, it's going to continue to squeeze out. So when you're using this, I recommend having like a piece of scratch paper or something that you can use to put underneath it, so that when it starts to drip, it doesn't drip onto your cutting mat, it doesn't drip onto your table surface, it doesn't get, you know, you don't get a whole lot of it on your hands and stuff, because it's not like super glue where it's really hard to get off of your hands. You just got to let it dry and then kind of peel it off. But it's not, yeah. It says possible cancer agent. Exposure may result in nausea, headache, confusion, or irritability, may be harmful by breathing vapors. Exposure may cause kidney damage. Yay. So this stuff is serious, but it's also a very, very, very powerful tool in planning and in crafting in general. So, all right, paper clips. So what I was going to do, take a couple of these tassels, and I've got, this one is a pretty kind of cream color. And then this one is sort of a soft charcoaly color. And then I have this whole little package of these little soft, I don't know, just sort of embellishments. They're fabric embellishments. And I went through the whole thing and I pulled out all these little purple ones because it's a strong color, and it really kind of goes with, like, not necessarily the planner cover, though it's not far off. I was looking for stuff that would go more with what's on the inside, so that I can kind of get more of a, like, I might glue one right there and then use one. I was thinking I might use one right there like that, but I grabbed a whole bunch of them. Oh, here, we'll pull this out and I'll go over how I made that too. Grabbed a whole bunch of them thinking, you know, that they would be kind of cool. So there you kind of have like the beginning of my clip. And I went through my clip collection, and these are the clips. So I found these at the dollar spot, and they're what I've got in there right now. There's like an orangey one, a pink one, and a silver one. And none of them are really going to go with what I'm trying to do here, because like these colors don't really correspond. And the nice thing about this clip is I might use it again at a different time in a different planner. So instead I went in and I also bought at Target an entire box of these copper ones, paper clips. It's kind of a rose, it's not quite a rose gold, like, or maybe it is a rose gold and then that's a copper clip. I don't know, you can see the difference there in like the color, really, I guess. Anyway, so I went through all of my clips and was pulling out all sorts of different colors and figured that this one would go the best. Now, when you're making clips, you always have to remember, no matter how much you want to, don't put your embellishments on this end, because then when you clip it, they're going to be inside and the bare end is going to be showing. You want to put your embellishments on the bare end, even though it doesn't look it's not visually, it's not as big as this end down here. But you just kind of got to stop yourself and remind yourself that you want, with a standard paper clip, you want this sort of skinny, the second bend up here. And you can see like these ones on those, they're significantly larger size clips, that it's up there and the clip is glued in there. And it's the same thing with this one. Whoops. That it's up there. It's kind of close, but it is up there. And the clip is glued down up in there. And they're, you know, they're good clips. Like I said, I kind of want to use both of those. This clip, because it's different shaped, you can see that shape is a little different. That when I did these, I had a little more real estate to play with. But then when I did get done with them, I realized I needed this piece here to be, it's easier to show you on this. I needed this piece here not to be caught in the deco on the top of the clip. So I kind of had to squeeze it around a little bit so that I could get that piece so that it's at least a little wobbly now. Because when I clip things, like when that piece was inside that piece of leather, it wasn't clipping. very easily. I was having to bend the page to get it in there, and I didn't want to do that. So like I said, I'll go through with that one in just a minute once I get this one going. So we're going to take our clip, and these, they have gold rings on them, but I'm not going to show the rings. They're going to be covered by the flower. So I'm just going to clip them on there, get them down there where I want them, kind of get them to sit flat how I want them. I don't know, I might, let's see here. Yeah, I think I can get them to sit flat, kind of like that. And then I'm just going to take a big old glob of this. It's going to start coming out as soon as I open it, isn't it? Yes, it is. And just put it down on top of there. Oops, come on. Overdoing it. Get the top back on quickly. There we go. We don't want to smell the fumes. No, we don't. All right. And then how do I want to do this? I want to do it that way. Yeah, and then kind of just squeeze and push that down in there tiniest bit. Push it down in there. Get it down in there good. I don't want to pick it up. How's that looking? That looks pretty good. It's not glued to the paper. And I have a couple of stringies, but not a big deal. Okay, so cool. That worked out pretty well. We'll go ahead and let that start to dry here. Set aside. But that's how I made that glue. And again, just from pieces and parts and pieces I found from Target and Michael's primarily. So I'll set that up there so it can start to dry and it's out of the way. Stuff starts to dry pretty quickly. So okay, so this clip, what I did was I took a couple pieces of leather and I made them about the same length. And this is just like leather cording. You can buy it at Joann's. I think you can buy it at Michael's too. Excuse me. And I folded it in half and put that loop around and then just fed the tails through there. So you can see it's just a real easy slip knot. And then I had these little fabric roses and I put one, I put some glue down in there and I glued it, and you can't even see the glue. That's the nice thing about that E6000. It dries completely clear. I put the glue right there to hold these two knots and then also to hold that flower in place. And then when I was cutting these, I laid it flat. They're a little bent up and stuff now because, like I said, I've been using this in my purse. But you can see that originally I'd laid them flat, and then I'd cut them straight across here, and I cut them straight across there. I thought, I don't know, it kind of looks a little like a deer's head with an antlers, kind of. Not much. It's pretty. It hangs out of the top of my planner, and I know I put it on my agenda page, like for today. So I always know it's set for today. So, because it goes on this page right here. Like I said, it's a little difficult to clip on there. It's a little snug up at the top there. But, so that one goes up there, and it's always on this week on my spread. So that was one that I made. The next thing that I made in here was this pen loop. And like I said, I got the supplies for this from one of the Planner Society kits. This was the September kit. And this is what it looked like coming out of the kit. And she provided us with 3 of these rose gold mini clips and then 3 lengths of this stuff. Now this elastic bandy stuff is the same sort of stuff that you can buy, like your hair bands are made out of. Like here, you can buy this stuff at Michael's. And it's kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen that cart sort of towards checkout that's got all the key rings and the hair ties and stuff on it. And this elasticy stuff, it's on that cart. And she did it, these 3 bands, you can see they came in these were patterns that were in that kit, that September kit. So this kind of dark floral, this really pretty sort of mauve, pink, and purple tartan, and then this pale blue with the pink. And I didn't need very much of it. I only cut a piece. It was probably about maybe 1.5 inches long. And you put a little E6000 right there, and you glue that down and give it about 2 minutes to kind of dry and sort of secure itself down in there. And then, you know, flip and repeat and do it on the other side. Be careful not to get your glue actually down in the hinges down in there, because then you won't be able to open it very easily. But and then let this dry completely, because if you put your pin in there right away, you could actually cause the glue to kind of let this drift out a little bit, and then your pen loop won't be as snug. It won't be, I mean, like, I did this purposely so that it was kind of snug on the barrel of this pen. But yeah, that's how you make a pen loop. And you don't necessarily have to use, you know, really pretty decorative material like this on your elastic. You don't necessarily have to use really shiny rose gold or copper looking clips. You could get away with, you know, like your standard black and silver clip and a piece of just like regular elastic, and you could make yourself a basic pen loop. But so that was the pen loop I made, and that's where I got those supplies, was out of her kit. And this September was the first month they did these. I did not see them in the October kit. I'm holding out hope that she does them in November kit, and that maybe it's something she does every other month. Maybe it's something that she makes a permanent part of her kits, because this is an amazing idea. Like, it was just so nice to have this DIY in that kit and to be able to make my own pen loops, because pen loops are not something that's automatically guaranteed in most TNs. Actually, in most traveler notebook, they don't put them in there, and you have to kind of either buy the separate loop or make your own. So this, I really appreciated that being in there. It was one of the new additions that they put in September that I'm looking forward to seeing in those kits going forward into the years. So that's where that came from. Excuse me. Okay. So, and again, like I said, I've been putting that back here in my list notebook. I don't know. Let me see here. With the way this pen is, like, I guess it would probably be a better idea to put it on like either the first or the last page of my list, or the last page of my agenda. I don't know. But you can put it all the way in there. It doesn't have to hang out a tiny bit away because of you know, your pen needing a clip or anything like that. And then, yeah. Oh, that's better. I like that better. All right, so there's that. Alrighty, so let's see here. I was going to put in some paper, some specialty papers here, just to kind of give it a little bit of oomph, I guess. And so let's start. So I measured it. The notebooks, the covers are 4 by 5 3/4. This piece of acetate is not quite 8 inches long. I think it's a little less than 8. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 8.5. So it would cover, you know what, I'm going to cut it to 5 3/4, and then I'm going to see what it looks like in there and how far back it goes. And if it covers 2 inserts, great. If it covers 3, even better. So this is a 6-inch straight edge. This is a Quilters tool. And you can see it's got the markings on it there. And I actually bought it when I bought this mat. And I try to always use this mat with this particular cutting tool because they were manufactured at the same time and they were sold in a kit. And so their markings are accurate to each other. But it's 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know if I just knock off that last little 1/4 inch there, I'm at 5 3/4. Again, so this is acetate. It's like, you remember when we were in school in the 80s and 90s, if you were in school in the 80s and 90s, I'm talking like primary school and middle school, the overhead projector, that's what acetate is. It's kind of like the overhead projector plastic that you could print on and Xerox onto and stuff like that. I don't know when I'll use that. I might use that. I don't know. But that's what it is. It's kind of this, I don't know, it's got more structure than vellum, but it's not as flimsy as like a baggy sort of thing. So just double check, make sure that's the right size. Yeah, okay. And around the corners. I have this thing with rounded corners. I love them. Okay, that edge is a little sharp. I might see if I can find some sandpaper or something and just soften it the tiniest bit. But yeah, I was saying I like the rounded corners because they're just, I don't know, there's something about them. That edge, for real. That's the manufacturer's cut edge there. I don't know, that should be okay. All right, so let me see here. Which side do I like in the front? Not that one so much. Yeah, I think I like that one. Okay, so let's slip this in here, see how far it goes. I know it's going to go at least through here. Okay, don't get caught behind my llamas. My llama mama. Let's see if that. And the thing with acetate, it's kind of got this flop open quality to it. I think I can go the next one actually. Let's see here. Everything but the sticker book I made. Okay. Let's do that. And now when I do this, I want it to line up with that front. There we go. Pull it out a little more. Push it back a little more. Push it back just a snap more. There we go. Okay. Kind of get it set in there. Close it. That's how I crimp mine. I know some people score it and put it in there, or they just let the notebook kind of do its thing. But you see how like I open it and it automatically wants to open, and that's fine. I almost think I might take this off of here. Not that I don't like this. I do like this. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we leave the llama back in there. Let's put you back down. I don't know. We'll see. This tends to flop open right away, so maybe I'll let it be for a bit and see how it works out. See, this is already coming up again. It's starting to annoy the snot out of me. Like I said, this piece of paper is not, it's slowly becoming not my best friend anymore. I'm starting to regret putting it back there. And I kind of want to use that. I might take that out entirely, or maybe set it down in there, just so that I know it's there if I need it. Nice. Okay, and that's kind of nice too, because this is starting to get scuffed. You can see it's starting to get scuffed from the paper clips. So maybe let's get this back over here. Ooh, actually, you know what? I don't even think I have to do that. Just scoop that off of there. Is it still wet? No. See, that's already starting to dry. That's a good indication, though. It's not going to scoop up and hold on here, so let's do that. Oh, I like that right there. It's pretty. Yeah. It's inside the acetate. It's very pretty. Okay. How's this looking? Oh, that's looking good. It's a little, you can see the glue didn't quite get all the way down in there. So I might put some more glue on the back of that to stabilize it a little bit. You know, I might actually cut a little piece of felt to put on the back of that too. That'd probably be a good idea if I could find some felt. Woo, let's put that aside for now. I'll find some felt to put on the back there. All right, so this piece of acetate, ooh, got the glue on my hands. Not good, not good. Don't want to get it on everything. This piece of acetate I like right here in the front. All right, and like I said, it only encompasses the 3 notebooks, and then it comes back here. See, I want to put some vellum in there too. Where's that vellum? Should I put the vellum back here? That's a little busy. Should I put the vellum right in here, maybe? How does it look on that agenda? It's a little busy on the agenda because you got the flowers behind the flowers. But it's not too bad with the flowers behind that. So we'll do that. Set that over there. Uh-oh. Alrighty. Again with the 5 3/4. There we go. Let's cut a piece like this. If you need to take 2 or 3 swipes, take 2 or 3 swipes. It's better than having a cutting issue. All right, now let's see here. I don't know, I kind of want to do it through both of them. Yeah, I kind of want to do it through both of them here. So let's see, how much do I need to cover both? We'll do this. Stick it in here. Pull those notebooks up. Pull those notebooks up. There they go. There we go. It's about, I'm going to call it 2.5 because there's a little carryover in the back there. So take 2.5 off the end. Or do I want to take 2.5 off of this? Considering the pattern, like, what do I want to take the 2.5 off of? Kind of really like this big, beautiful floral. Or, you know, I could take 1 inch off of this edge. Or 3/4 off of this edge. Right? No, it'd need to be 1 inch. Maybe even 1 1/4 inches. Yeah, let's do 1 1/4 inches off of each edge. All right, don't line up. There you go. Measure twice, cut once. Or in this case, because it's vellum, cut twice. Or 3 times if you need to. And then the same thing on this edge, 1 1/4 inches. Because 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4 is 2.5. There's that. All right, rinse and repeat. Let's get those corners. Alrighty. All right. So vellum has a front and a back. It's a little more difficult to tell the front and the back than it is on acetate, because acetate, the colors will look a little less pronounced, or the pattern will be less crisp. But on vellum, it's a little more difficult to tell sometimes. So, okay, so that's really pretty. And there you go. So there's a page of vellum. And then we got those 2 pages, and then we got the lists, that, and then the acetate, and then back here we got this. Like I said, was the sticker book, I guess you could call it, that I made. Let's go and set this down in here, just so I don't lose it. So I think, you know what, let's put it back here at the front until I feel like I want to use it. You can get a little bit of that pretty floral peeking over the top. All right, so that's what I think I'm gonna, yeah, we'll see. So you open it up, got your piece of acetate, you got some die cuts, some cards, and as the month goes by, I'll have like receipts and stuff tucked down in there, I'm sure, and down in here. The other nice thing about having a piece of paper back here is it makes it a smoother, easier, like when you're putting stuff in there, it doesn't get caught on the leather in the back quite as easily. And then you open, you have my Gratitude First journal, and then that beautiful piece of floral vellum, which is just a tiny bit stronger. I think the colors, because the colors are stronger than the colors on the actual insert. You can kind of see it better, which is still pretty, but you can still kind of read agenda through there. And then my agenda, the weeks on 2 pages, and my lists, and then there's the back of that piece of vellum, the back of that piece of acetate, and my little sticker book, and the back of my journal, or my TN entirely. And then let's see, this piece of paper. I'm really loving this piece of paper. What can I do with this? The front of this list book is a little bland. It's kind of got that, it's pretty, but it's a little bland. Do I maybe want to put this in there? Like not a full page, just kind of like a tuck-in. Let's do that. So let's cut this page like this, and I'm cutting it like this because you can see the pattern, the directionality on the back side is up and down. Right, so there's that. And then I don't want it to go all the way around the notebook. Okay, so another front of the notebook is 4, and I want it to come around at least far enough so that it holds itself in place. So we'll just cut it to 6 here. There we go. That could make a nice bookmark. Take that downstairs and put it in the book I'm reading right now. And let's go ahead and do this. Round up these corners. There we go. Oops. Let's cover this, since I know I'm going to make a mess of that at some point if I'm not careful. All right, now this I need to score. I like, let's see which one was 6. So this is up, down. All right, now let's turn it over. Let's make sure we're doing this. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is, rather than try to figure out where I want to score that, I'm messing it up. I'm just going to tuck this in here and line it up with that notebook. And you can see my corner rounder is a tiny, tiny bit different than the corners that were rounded at. You can just barely see it, just a tiny bit. Not a big deal, but all right, make sure that that's out there far enough, and then just fold it manually and press it a little bit to get it to stay. And it's just a tuck in. It's just meant to just kind of put a little pop of color in there. It's not meant to come all the way around. If I was worried about it moving too much, like shifting too much, I could put a little Tombow right there and just affix it to the back of this. I'm really not, though. Well, maybe just a tiny bit. Well, yeah, we'll just do a tiny bit. We'll just do these corners. The nice thing about this, and this is just AdTech Crafter's tape. It says permanent, but it's not really. Like I've managed to kind of peel it off with my thumbs and stuff. So there we go. So now as it opens, it kind of, there we go. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. So as you flip it through, get that piece of vellum, which is also so pretty. Let's see if we can get that to stay put a little bit. Doesn't want to stay put very well. It's okay. I'm hesitant to fix that to the back of there because I want it to be floppy. But then you get a page in here. That's just sort of a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Let's get another little dude on here. Let's do my other one. Is he sitting or is he standing? He's standing. Maybe do this little guy. He's sitting. Let's clean him up a little bit. He's got some fuzzies on his face. Give your whiskers a trim, my friend. There you go. You're kind of, that looks good. Let's just do him right here. Push him down a little bit so that he stays where he's supposed to be. Yeah, we'll leave the butterfly for another time. Here, I'll do another one of these. You know what? Since I've got them, let's do this. Check it out. Well, Megan, how did you hide the back of that? Oh, it was really easy. I just took another one of those flowers and hid the back. Just like that. Funny. Sorry, I cracked myself up. Not that funny. Not in real life. Not at all. It's just sort of, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself and stuff, right? All right. This one, I want to do right there. Just like that. Sorry. It's not that funny. It really isn't. It's kind of geeky stupid anyway, but the easiest way to hide the back of that is to hide it with another. Let's turn it the tiniest bit so those petals line up a little bit more. And then set it down and quit messing with it. I don't mind you can see the leaves, but I want the petals to line up a tiny bit better. There we go. Let's do this. Haha, that's kind of pretty cool. I like it. I'll use it. Not just yet, but I will use it. It's a little sticky still. I got it on my fingers. There's my thing. Okay. So I think that's going to be it for now. Oh, I haven't gotten into any of the washi yet, but that's okay. It's not imperative. Like I said, I did want to put these in here. And we're going to have that one to put in too. And Baymax. I love Baymax. He's like the coolest. Sorry, Baymax is just the coolest. Oh yeah, Baymax. We'll just put you like that. You're not even. Wish there was something I could affix you to, so you're not free floating back there. But oh, that's not too bad. Maybe yes, no, kind of, not so much. There, he's clipped in. There, he's clipped in. Oh, yay! Okay, there we go. So now we have Baymax. This piece of acetate, which might be not so good an idea. Let's see here. One, two, three, four. acetate is hard to work with sometimes. Kind of gotta muscle it around. You gotta own it. You gotta know what you want to, because if you crease it and you don't like it, no can do, Batman. It's stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we won't mess with that. Because I think I had it going all the way through here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had it going all the way through like this. It's getting stuck back there. Come on. Darn it. All right, there we go. That's better. Now it pops up instead of popping open. All right, cool. Good deal. Baymax, stay put. That's kind of funny. It says, ooh, look shiny, and there's Baymax. I'm going to have that one. So I'm going to tuck this back here on my list. So I'll make this my list page for, like, I don't know, grocery lists and all that sort of good stuff. These things are the best thing ever. They got a little bit of an edge on them. They are the best thing ever for washi tape ripping. If you like the clean edges, because like I said, they got the tiniest bit of an edge on them. So yeah, they rip the washi tape really easily. And even the hard to rip ones, like the kind of plasticky ones. Oh, that's so cute. Isn't he cute? He's like got these big black beady eyes. He's adorables. Adorbs. Too sweet. Adorbs. All right. Let's do that. And then I kind of really like this one too. Let's do this. If I can find the end of the tape. Oh my goodness, cacti. We might not be using this one. Oh, there it is. Ha, it's a brand new roll. No wonder. It's like, no, I don't think so. And normally when I'm doing stuff with washi tape, I'm doing anything with stickers, I'd take these inserts out, but I'm already at almost an hour-long video, so I kind of want to get this over done with so that you guys can go about your day. You're probably like, come on already, woman. I'm going to skip forward in the video because this is taking forever. And you would be correct. It is. And alrighty. Beautiful. Alright, so that'll be for my grocery lists. Let's put that mark right there, kind of close, and up a little bit so that there's room. Nice. Oh, that's started getting pretty. Very nice. Got the little flower and got the bigger flower. And then we're going to have this thing. This thing's kind of funny. We'll put that in my gratitude journal. We'll put it up front here. It's nowhere near dry, just to let you know. But I want to go ahead and finish this video up for you guys. So I think that's going to be it. It's going to be the full setup. I might fiddle with this a little bit more, try to get it in there a little less like wonky donkey, standing up straight like that. All right, there we go. So yeah, so there's my final setup for this May Designs wrap over pocket-sized traveler's notebook with all the stuff that I've put in it. My 3 inserts, now some vellum and some specialty paper, some stickers, and then again, like I said back here, this I made this book. It was real simple. I just folded over stuff and just put these flaps in there and glued them down at the bottom there. so that I have a place for receipts or stickers. I have a whole bunch of printables that I want to get to cutting today that have little llamas on them that are doing things like taking out the trash and doing the dishes and stuff like that. That I think would go in here really well because it's a llama loving notebook. But if you guys stayed with me for the entire video, I really truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for my bumbling ineptitude here with this. This is the first time I've ever done a full-length DIY sort of video. For the most part, I just talk and ramble and show you things, and at this time I wanted to actually try to, I don't know, be productive in it. So there you have it. And again, I'll link all of my resources for these supplies below, and comments, questions, please leave them below. I really do appreciate them. Hope you guys have a great Friday, a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.